Alrighty guys, so welcome to another new game on the channel here, February of 2026. This is a cooperative quest through Middle-earth. This is the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, trick-taking game. And yes, you can play this with a solo mode as well, which is super cool. So we're going to go through and play probably a couple examples of play for you guys and just show it off a little bit. Just so you can see what we're doing and how you play the game solo. It's all about each of the characters that you're taking on the adventure have certain rules they have to follow. And your job as the solo player is to manipulate how the cards come out so that way every character can complete their quest, basically, for that round. Obviously, the ones in the beginning of the game are going to be super simple, kind of as a very intro to get you into the playing and kind of just showing off the mechanics. And as you progress through, I think there's 18 different chapters that you'll go through with a whole bunch of new characters. Some of the characters with very easy abilities, some of them with very hard abilities. So obviously the deeper you get in the game, the more interesting and the more strategy, the more difficult it becomes. So if you're looking for a more strategic game than what we're going to show off today, you might want to check out somebody's videos from maybe chapter 6 or 8 or 10, as I talked about. We're just going to be playing probably through the first chapter, 2 chapters, maybe first 3, depending on how quick we get through them. Without further ado, let's show you what we got. So we have our deck of cards. It's a specific deck, obviously. There are forest cards that go from 1 to 8. There are mountain cards that go from 1 to 8. There are shadow cards that go from 1 to 8. And there are hill cards that go from 1 to 8. So there's 4 main suits: forest, mountains, shadow, and hills. There's also a ring. I don't want to call it a faction. A ring. What do I want to call it then? I'm not sure. Like a ring faction. Let's call it the ring faction. And they go from 1 to 5. And of course, the one ring is a special card that only Bilbo gets. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. So, as the solo player, let's talk about what we're doing here in chapter number 1. Let's read you the story. Chapter 1. When Mr. Bilbo Baggins of Baggins announced that he would shortly be celebrating his 11th birthday with a party of specific magnificence, there was much talk and excitement in Hobbleton. So it shows you on the back what kind of characters you're going to be bringing in, and then based on how many players you got, either 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. The characters with the star must be included. As a solo player, we're always going to be playing with 4 hands. And then it also shows you whether it's going to be a quick or very small game or if it's going to be a big one. So in this one is going to be a short where you just have to finish all of the chosen characters. So, Richard Kerr, what's going on? Good to see you. So if we look at Bilbo Baggins, where's Bilbo? This kind of outlines the characters of the games. Obviously, it gives you your name and kind of their what they do. He's the ring bearer, and then he must win 4 or more ring. Oops, that's the wrong side. Here we go. We have to be on this side. Make sure you're on the 1 to 2 player side. We have to win 2 or more ring cards when there's 4 players. And again, as a solo player, we always play with 4 people. And then the player that's dealt the 1 ring is Frodo, and you cannot exchange the 1 ring card. So this is a special card. As a solo player, we always include that in our hands that we're going to be shuffling out. So if we look at Bilbo here, he is the peculiar, and he has to win 3 or more tricks, and he has no special ability. Then we have Gandalf here, which is the Grey Wizard. He has to win 1 or more trick, and then we add the lost card to your hand, and we exchange with Frodo. And last but not least, we have Mr. Whoa, where are you, Mr. Pippin? Mr. Pippin, which is the Fool of a Took. He has to win the fewest tricks, or tie for the fewest amount of tricks. And he can exchange with either Frodo, Sam, or Merry. So each of these characters has their own special ability, and what we're going to be doing is, normally you would shuffle all the cards up and you would shuffle them out, but because you're playing solo, that changes. So since we're playing solo, we find the One Ring card, and we automatically are going to be giving that to Frodo's group, because he always has to have the One Ring. And then we're shuffling the rest of the deck up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And what I'm going to do here, to make things a little less confusing, is you're basically, you're going to be dealing out 4 hands of 4 cards. All right, so let's just shuffle this up nice and shuffled, and we should be ready to rock and roll. All right, so we got 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 4. So those are going to be our starting hands out there. Now, as the solo player, we have to assign the 4 characters to whichever hand we want. And in this case, like, Frodo has to take the hand that has the One Ring. So Frodo has to be assigned to this. So I'm going to obviously assign Frodo to this hand right there. But the rest of these are up for divvying out. So Gandalf has to win 1 trick. We have to have Bilbo has to win 3 or more tricks. So most of the tricks are going to have to be won by Bilbo. So he should probably go with the strongest hand. Well, of all the strongest cards out here, there's an 8, a 7, and a 7. So we're going to assign Bilbo this hand right there. Pippin has to win the fewest number of cards. So he has to have the weakest. And that's an 8, so that would not be good. This is a pretty 3, 4, 4, 5. Alright, we'll give Pippin this hand there, and then we'll give Gandalf this hand. So what we're doing is we're assigning the characters to different hands. Okay, and of course our victory condition is basically to fulfill all of our requirements, and we have this little token to remind us. There's also these little tokens. When a character has completed their special ability, you can put a token on them to remind yourself, okay, we're good to go. Now that we've chosen the hands, we go through and we take the first card on the top of the deck and we place it underneath, put it face up underneath this. This is the lost card, and you'll see Gandalf here. We'll actually take this card here in a second, so we're going to take 1 extra card and we're going to put it underneath the chapter card. And then we go around the table starting with Pippin and we activate his special ability. His special ability is blah, blah, blah. He has to have the One Ring, which he does, and he leads the first trick. So that's it. So then we go to Pippin. Pippin win the fewest tricks, and then he can exchange with either Frodo, Sam, or Merry. We don't have Sam or Merry, so he has to exchange with Frodo. So, obviously, Giving Pippin the very weak card would be very good. So we're going to give him the 1 of Hills. And we're going to give Sam the 4 of Hills. Then we go to Bilbo. Bilbo must win 3 tricks. He's got no special abilities, so we don't have to do anything. But then Gandalf says he has to win 1 more trick, and we add the lost card to his hands. So he gets the lost card added to his hands of cards. And then, starting with Frodo, he's the leader. So he leads the first trick, and you basically play it out solo. So, obviously, as far as rings go, okay? Rings are like hearts. If you've ever played the game Hearts, you cannot lead rings until they've been broken. So the only time you can play a ring card is if you only have ring cards in your hand or they've been broken by somebody else by throwing it off suit. And rings are not trump. But the One Ring is a special ability where Frodo can choose to either win that trick or not win that trick with the One Ring. Anytime he uses the One Ring, he can automatically select that as the winning trick of the trick. Even though there is technically no trump, it's kind of like a special trump, I guess is the best way to put it. All right. Your dog is Pippin, and every time I say Pippin, your dog answers. That's funny. That is cute, Barbara. That is too funny. All right, so basically it's trick taking. So we have to get Bilbo to win 3 tricks, which is not going to be super easy. So Frodo is going to lead with the 4 of Hills. Pippin must follow because he has a hill card. He has to play the hill card. He can't break with rings because he has a hill card. You have to follow suit. So he plays this card. Bilbo can either play the 7 of Hills or the 2 of Hills, but since we want him to win lots of tricks, we want him to win this trick. So I'm going to use his 7 like that. And then Gandalf has to follow suit because he has a hill card. He will play the 6. So 4 was led, 1 by Pippin, 7 by Bilbo, and 6 by Gandalf. Obviously, the highest card of whatever suit was led wins the trick, unless, of course, you're talking about the One Ring card that's special. But in this case, it's going to be Bilbo is going to win his first trick. Yay! And then we give everyone another card. Ooh, that's not good. Pippin's got a 3 and a 4 of rings now. Uh-oh. That's not good. Look at Gandalf collecting all the shadow cards. Okay. So, Bilbo now leads. And he can throw everything. Forest card. Forest card. I'm going to play the forest card. Boom. Gandalf has to follow because he has a forest card. Bilbo will follow because he has to because he's got the forest card. And then Pippin does not have a forest card, so he can play any card he wants. He's going to break rings, and he's going to play the 4 of rings. Again, that's not a trump. It's just we've opened the rings group, so now you can play rings. And the important part of this is Bilbo has to win 2 tricks with rings. This is the first trick he's going to win with a ring in it. Because he threw the 8, which is the highest number. So Bilbo wins. Boom. We give everyone another card. We're going to go through the whole deck. Oh my gosh. Gandalf has got nothing but shadow cards. That is crazy. But now that rings have been opened, we can now play rings, and Bilbo is going to play the 5 of rings, And Pippin is going to follow with the 3 of rings. Bilbo does not have anything, so he can put any card he wants out there. He's just going to get rid of a low card, probably a 2, like this. And Gandalf, doesn't matter what he throws, he's going to throw a shadow card. So it's the highest card of the suit that was led, which is rings. It's Bilbo. It's Frodo. Keep calling him Bilbo. It's Frodo. Frodo now has 2 ring cards, so he's set. He's not going to mess this up for our group, and we can count him as a victory. And then we'll give everyone another card. And it's Frodo with the lead here. So obviously I don't want to lead a forest, because if I lead a forest, Pippin will play the forest and he will win the trick, and we do not want Pippin winning that many tricks. We need Bilbo winning tricks. Shadow would be good, or mountain. Let's lead the 6 of mountain. 6 of mountain. Pippin will play the 5 of mountain. Bilbo will play the 7 of mountain. And we'll have Gandalf play the 1 of shadows. Again, the highest card from the suit that was led came from Bilbo, so Bilbo wins his 2nd trick. Again, he has to win 3 or more. So we're well on our way there. So far, so good. Oh my god. Gandalf has had nothing but shadow cards the whole time. So Bilbo is now in the lead. And Gandalf must win a trick, which is good. So we're going to start with these 7 of shadows. And Gandalf is going to play the 8. Frodo. He's going to play the 3 of forest. And then for Pippin, he doesn't have a shadow card, so he can play anything he wants, because we've already broken rings. Do we want to get rid of a high forest card or get rid of this ring card? Because, yeah, we're going to play this. We'll get rid of this high card there. So the highest card of the suit that led is the 8 of shadow, which is Gandalf. Gandalf has won his 1 trick, so he's good to go. Give everyone another card. And this is the last card we're giving out, so we got 4 more hands to give out, and we should be good to go. And of course the camera decided to... Come on, focus down here. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry it's kind of glary, but it's just the best I can do. Let's see, Gandalf won, so he leads. He can throw this hill. Frodo would win the hill. He can just play shadow, 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 but we need Bilbo to win some more tricks. We need Bilbo to win some more tricks. Mountain. How is Bilbo going to get back in the lead? This is bad. This is really bad. Like, how is Bilbo going to get back in the lead? Hill card. He doesn't have a high enough hill card. Frodo can play the 1 ring and claim the victory, but he can't play Damn, he doesn't have any mountain. I think we are so screwed right now. We are... Is there a way to get Bilbo to win another trick? I don't know if there is. Our first game, and we might have failed, unbelievably. Is there a way to get Bilbo... Gandalf has to lead either a shadow or a hill. Frodo can win the trick. Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. No. Damn. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Here's what we can do. Pippin's going to actually have to win a trick, and then he can lead the mountain. So Frodo needs to win a trick. Then he's going to have Pippin win a trick. And then Bilbo will win the trick. So Gandalf will play the 5 of Hills. Frodo will play the 8 of Hills. Pippin will play the 2 of Rings. And Bilbo will play the 2 of Hills. So highest one is the 8 of Hills from Frodo. So Frodo wins this trick. So Frodo is going to play the Forest card. Pippin will play the Forest card. Bilbo will play the Mountain card. And Gandalf will play the Shadow card, which is going to force Pippin to win the trick. But he has to win the fewest trick or tie. Right now, Gandalf has 1 trick. He's got 1. So he's tied for lowest, which is fine. Because now he can play the 1. Bilbo can play the 4. Gandalf can play the 4. Frodo will play the 3. It's going to go to Bilbo. Bilbo now has his 3rd trick. And then he will play the 8. Gandalf will play the 5. Frodo will play the 1. And Pippin will play the 3. And Frodo will claim the 1 ring and win. And so, success, because he only won 1 trick. Gandalf won 1 trick, so they're tied with the fewest amount of tricks, which is good. He won 3 or more tricks. He won 3 tricks. And Gandalf won a trick. And Frodo won at least 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 cards with rings. So he had 5 rings. So we're good. We completed chapter 1. So it's that simple. And we will shuffle these cards up and show you chapter 2. And as I talked about in the intro, things are going to start ramping up in difficulty. And you're going to see that here as we go to chapter number 2. Okay, chapter number 2. And you can see there's a bunch of new cards, a bunch of new characters we're going to be talking about. Chapter 2. You ought to go quietly, and you ought to go soon, said Gandalf. 2 or 3 weeks have passed, and still Frodo have made no sign of getting ready to go. I know, but it's difficult to do both, Frodo objected. If I just vanish like Bilbo, the tale will all be over the Shire in no time. So, in this one, we have a little delay in the Shire. Characters are Frodo, which we have Sam, which is this one, Merry, which is this one, and then we have our choice of either Gandalf or Pippin. So we're going to be choosing one of these extra characters. And then we also take the Black Riders. There's 4 cards called the Black Riders. And we're going to use those and shuffle those cards up as well. More things to worry about as the Black Riders have now showed up in the Shire, my masters. Okay. So our choice is, we're not playing with Bilbo. Bilbo's done. We did him. So we either play with Gandalf, which he has to win a trick, or Pippin has to win the fewest number of tricks. Merry, he has to either win 1 or 2 tricks. And Sam has to win a Hills card based on the value that we draw from our Black Riders. And you'll see that here in a second. So, I think we're going to take Gandalf, and we will shuffle our deck up, and we'll get ready to go. Again, Since we were playing solo, you always start with the one ring. You would not normally do that, but because we're playing solo, we start with the one ring. All right, we'll put these cards aside for a moment as we get our hands of cards out there. Okay, so one. All right, so, and then we get the one card below chapter 2 here, which is going to be this card, and it's going to go to Gandalf, as we've already saw in chapter 1. But, so we have to assign Frodo first. He always gets the hand with the one ring, so he's got to automatically take that hand. It's just the luck of the draw for him. But the rest of the characters we can assign. So Merry needs to win 1 or 2 tricks. Sam needs to win the hill card based on the value of the threat card. So he gets to look at the threat card. The threat card is the 4. So Sam needs to win the 4 of hills. We don't know where that card is. It's still in the deck somewhere. So that didn't help us at all, unfortunately. Merry needs to win 1 or 2. So he needs to be a pretty good hand. I think we're going to give him this one here. Gandalf. Yeah, we'll give Gandalf this hand, and we'll give Sam this hand. Okay, and then again, we start with Frodo. His special ability, done. Merry, win 1 or 2 tricks and exchanges with either Frodo, Sam, or Pippin. So he can exchange with either Frodo or Sam. And I think he is going to exchange the 1 of mountains with the 6 of mountains. Gandalf, he gets this card here and adds it to his hand. And then for Sam, and he exchanges with either Frodo, Merry, or Pippin. So he gets to exchange with one of these two. And he really wants to win that Hills card. So having the 8 is really good. And maybe if he can get the 7 as well. So he's going to give... Frodo the 1 mountain. Alright, so we are set up for round number 2, boys and girls. Frodo starts. We don't have anything there. And we go. So do we want to start with, if I lead the forest card, Merry will win it. Yeah, that's fine. So Frodo will lead the 3. Merry will play the 4. Gandalf will play the... I'm sorry. Merry will play the 5. Gandalf will play the 4. And Sam will play the 1. And the 5 wins, which is Merry. That's his first trick. And now give everyone another card. Ooh, nice ring there. And we're looking for the 4 of hills for Sam. And that's the 4 ring. Okay. Let's see. Merry won that trick, so he gets to lead the next group. All right. Merry's going to play the 8 of shadows. Gandalf will play the 2 of shadows. Sam will play the 1 of shadows. And Sam Frodo will play the 1 of mountains, so it's going to go to the 8 of shadows. That's Merry. That's his second trick. So he has to win 1 or 2 tricks. So he's won his 2 tricks. Oh, that's might actually be... Oh, I gotta give everyone a card. Oh my god, I think we were screwed again. Because you can only lead mountains. Oh no. Oh, fortunately, okay, he can lead the 2 of mountains. Gandalf will play the 4 of rings. So rings are now open. Sam will play the 2 of forest. And Frodo will play the 3 and win the trick with a 3 of mountains. Because it's the highest card of the suit that led. And it also gives him a ring, which is very good. We're still looking at the 3 of hills. If 3 of hills would come up, that'd be great. Well, I mean, Sam's got a lot of hills, which is nice. All right, Frodo is in the lead here. Gandalf does need to win a trick. I got nothing to play that leads into what he can play. Forest, he doesn't have a forest, he doesn't have a forest, he doesn't have a forest. Because rings were broken, I can play a ring card, but I'm not sure I want to play a ring card. Yeah, let's go ahead and play a ring card. I'll play the 2 of rings. Merry does not have a ring, so he's just going to discard his 7 of mountains. Gandalf is going to discard his 4 of mountains. Sam is going to get rid of his 5 of shadows. Frodo wins, and this is his second ring, so he has completed his objective. Boom. 5 of rings. 6 of shadows. 8 of mountains. And the 7 of forest. Okay, good. Frodo will lead the forest. Merry will play the shadow. Gandalf will play the 7. And I think we're going to... he's going to play the 6 of hill card. So Gandalf wins this with the 7. And he's won his 1 or more tricks, so he's successful. And Gandalf takes the lead. Where is this card we're looking for? Ooh, there it is. No, it's the 4. It must be this card. Okay. Okay. So Sam has to win the 4, because that was the threat we do, of hills. So if Gandalf leads this card, he can win it. No problem. So this should be a success for us. So we're going to start with the 4. I'm going to play the 7. Bill will play the 8. Merry just wants to get rid of all of his cards right now. He's going to get rid of the 7. And Sam will win the 4 of hills and complete his objective. We have no more cards to give out, so there's 3 more tricks. Sam will take the lead. We don't want Mary winning any more tricks. And as long as he doesn't win any tricks, we are going to win this scenario. And it's very easy. I can play the 8. Frodo can play the 1 ring. Mary plays the 6 or the 5 of play the 6 of mountains, and Gandalf will play the 5 of hills. It doesn't matter. Frodo can claim the 1 ring win, and so he wins that trick. And then he's going to lead his hearts or his rings, and then he's going to lead another ring. Nobody can follow, so Frodo's going to win both of those tricks, and we've successfully won Chapter 2. Just like that, boys and girls. Chapter 2's in the books. All right. 2 victories for us. All right. Again, I think the intro scenarios are designed to be very simple, very easy, not too difficult. Thomas Harkless, what is going on, my friend? Good to see you. So let's go on to Chapter 3, my friends. Chapter 3. Bilbo sat down beside Sam and began to eat. "What is the plan for today?" asked Pippin. "To walk to Bucklebury as quickly as possible," answered Frodo, and gave his attention to the food. So the 1 ring sets out. We need Frodo. Check. We need Farmer Maggot. Check. We need Gildor Ingorian. That's this guy. And then we either get Sam, Mary, or Pippin. Sam, Mary, or Pippin. One of those 3. So Gandalf's done. All right, the ring sets out. All right, so once again, I shuffle these cards up. Face down so we don't know what they are. That would help. Cards and Dice with Dawn. How you doing, Bunny? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. I do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Playing a little Lord of the Rings solo trick-taking game. Super cool. Super neat game. It plays great solo so far. And, yeah, so we need Frodo. We need Farmer Maggot. We need Gildor Igorin. And then we get our choice of Mary, Sam, or Pippin. Playing solo, you always play with 4 characters. So we have to decide. All right. I think, let's see, for simplicity's sakes, Sam has got this weird thing where he's got to get the 1 hill card, which is kind of hard to do, so we're going to just get rid of him. Mary winning 1 or 2 tricks is not that bad, but I think easier is Pippin to win the fewest tricks. So we're going to bring this group here. So once again, we'll just shuffle our deck up. And we'll hopefully win Chapter 3. And you can see we've been going through these chapters pretty quickly. I think there's 18, if I'm not mistaken, 18 different chapters. So you get to experience a lot of the movie and, a lot of the events. And as I talked about in the beginning, some of them are short scenarios and some are long scenarios where you have to play through the long scenarios. You have to play through the scenario several times to complete different objectives every time. So even though these early scenarios go by pretty quickly, some of the scenarios will be a little bit longer towards the mid and late game, shall we say. All right, so here we go. Oh, I need the stupid 1 ring. Here we go. Hang on, gotta reshuffle now. Waiting on the 1 ring. Let me know in the comments section if you played this game, if you think this game is pretty cool, if this is I think it's really interesting with all the different character special abilities and playing it solo and trying to min-max 4 different hands at the same time is kind of a neat exercise in strategy. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so we have the 1 ring. All right, wish us luck. We've almost lost both times, but we've somehow managed to figure it out. Okay, again, Frodo always takes the hand with the 1 ring. We have to do that. But the other 3 we can assign to anything. Pippin wants to win the fewest tricks, so we got to find the worst hand. This is a 2-2-7-5, 2-3-8-5, 3-4-2-7. Ooh, that's a tough decision. For Gildor Igorian, he's the High Elf. His special ability is to play a forest card in the final trick. He doesn't have to win it. He just has to have a forest card to play at the end. And for Farmer Maggot, he has to win 2 or more cards matching the rank of the threat cards. So again, we need the threat card. The threat card is going to be either 1, 2, 3, or 4. And 3. So he wants to win at least 2 3s. So let's look. We have a 3 here. We have a 3 here of mountain. So if he was to have this 7, he could win the 3. So fewest tricks. I'm gonna give Pippin this hand. It's got a 7, but there's 8 there. So we'll give Pippin this one. He can win not many tricks there. We're going to give Gildor Igorian here because it's got a forest card there. And then we'll give Farmer Maggot this one. Okay, then starting with Frodo, special abilities, nothing. His special ability is he exchanges a card with Frodo. So that's actually pretty good. He needs the 3s. So he's gonna switch with Frodo. Boom, boom. Then we go to Pippin. Pippin exchanges with Frodo, Sam, or Merry. Well, the only one in is Frodo, so he exchanges with Frodo. He's going to give Frodo this 7. And he'll take the 1 of Hills, because he doesn't want to win any tricks. And then for Farmer Maggot, he exchanges with either Pippin or Merry. So he exchanges with him. I am not happy with this exchange, to be honest, but we'll give Pippin the 2, and he will give him the 5. Okay, Frodo leads us off with round 3. Barbara says, I have never played this game. I am a big Lord of the Rings fan. Well, Barbara, we love you, because I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan myself. And then hence her dog's name is Pippin, which is so cute, obviously. We would know it's Pippin. Obviously, Lord of the Rings. Find this game very interesting. And thank you for streaming it. Barbara, you're the best. God bless you, Barbara. You're the best. All right, here we go. Frodo's going to lead. I think he's going to start with the 3. Gildor, he's going to play these. He needs a forest card at the end of the game. So I guess he'll play the 2 of Shadow. Pippin has to follow with the 2. And then Farmer Maggot can win with the 5 of Mountains. And he's got 1 of his 3s. Remember, he needs 3s. So he's got 1 of his 3s. Okay, everyone gets a new card. 2 there. We want this guy to get lots of forests. Would be great. Okay, Pippin's got the worst hand I've ever seen. 2, 1, 2, 3. That's really good because he's got to win the fewest amount of tricks. So Farmer Maggot's going to play the 4 of Hill. Again, you can't lead rings until they've been broken by somebody throwing off. If you've ever played the game Hearts, it's kind of the same thing. Where you couldn't play Hearts until someone played a heart as a trump card. It's kind of the same thing. So even though I'd love to throw this 3 of ring right now, I cannot do that because rings haven't been broken yet. So he's going to start with the 4. Frodo is going to, yeah, we'll play the 7. Gildor is going to play the 8. And Pippin's going to play the 1. Obviously, he's going to win it. Boom. And everyone gets another card. Mountain. We're looking for forest. No forest. Forest. And shadow. Okay. Let's see. That was... He won the trick. Oh, and by the way, this token is 2-sided, so when rings open, you flip it over, and it's color-coded, which means you can now play rings. So I just have never done that, but it is, you can't play rings, and then when someone breaks rings, then you can finally flip this over. Okay, so he's got 2 shadow cards, a mountain card, and a forest card. We cannot play that forest card, because that's the way to lose. He's got to hold that till the end of the game. Shadow, let's see, win the fewest number of tricks. Yeah, he's going to play the 5 of Shadow. Pippin's going to play the 4. Farmer Maggot is going to play the 5 of rings because he doesn't have a shadow card, and so now rings have been broken. Boom. And again, Frodo will play the 8 and win the trick. And again, he's got to win 2 ring guards. So that's the first of the ring guards. That was kind of helpful. Forest. Hill. Forest. Mountain. Okay. Let's see. Who won that? Frodo won that. Okay, Frodo's going to play the 8 of Mountains. Gildor's going to play the 1. Pippin's going to play the 4. And Farmer Maggot's going to play the 7. Frodo's going to win it with the 8. Oh my gosh. Can't get any cards. We can't get a forest for that poor guy. And he has to win the 3. 3 of hills, but he doesn't have a hill. He does have the 3 of rings. He's got 1 ring, right? He's got 1 3. So Sam is going to play the 1 ring. You don't have any, so you're going to play. What are you going to play? You're going to play the 3 of hills. You have the 2 of rings. And you have the 3 of rings. Now, this is a special ability. You can choose to win the trick, but it doesn't win the trick because it's the 1 of rings. This is the 3 of rings. Frodo says, I'm not going to... Oh, wait a minute. If he does that, he's going to still need to win a hand with the ring, right? Hang on. How many cards does he... How many rings... He only has 1 ring so far. Ooh. All right, well, we're going to risk it. So that's 2 3s. So Farmer Maggot has successfully completed his adventure. Three, 1, 6, and 1. Oh, we forgot to put a card under here. Damn it. That's why there's 1 left over. Okay, so there's 4 hands left. He did not get a single forest the whole time. So he's got to hold that to the very end. Who won that? Farmer Maggot won that, right? So he's got to... Oh, if he leads forest, that would be very bad. That would be very, 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 very bad. And... No! Oh no! The other ring card is off the table. No, we just lost. We just freaking lost. Because Frodo can't get his second ring card. There's no other rings to win because the card, I forgot to put the card under there. And it was the last card in the deck, which was the ring card. No! All right, we're going to set it up and try again. God bless it. I knew eating the ring card was going to be a problem. I knew that eating that ring card was going to be a problem. Damn. That was very bad timing on my part. Very bad timing. Remember that at the long time. Alright, let's try this one more time. Come on. Apologies for messing that up. 2 this time, so Farmer Maggot needs the 2. Again, we can just take these 4 characters and move them out of the way. Find the 1 ring. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, and we get the 1 card again under the chapter card, which is called the Lost card. It's an 8. Okay. It's an 8. Alright, well, we know Frodo's going to be this hand over there. Because it's got the 1 ring, and he always has to play that one. We want his forest. We want a super weak hand, which is going to be Pippin again. That's going to be this hand right here. 1, 3, 3, 1. That's really good. Farmer Maggot needs to win 2 or more cards matching a 2. Yeah, I think we're going to give Farmer Maggot this hand, and he's going to take this one. Okay. Here we go. Back to scratch again. Oh, wait, we have to do our trades. So he exchanges with Frodo. Frodo can't even give him a forest either. Wow. That's just not good. That's just not good. And I think we're just going to exchange these two with Boom. Pippin exchanges with Frodo, Sam, or Merry, so he's got to exchange with him. I might as well give you this, and exchange with Merry or Pippin, so these two exchange. Yeah, I can give you the 3 and you can give me the 1, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Frodo's going to lead the Age of Mountains. Gador is going to play the 3 of Shadows. Pippin plays the 3 of Mountains. And Farmer Maggot plays the 1 of Mountains. It's going to go to Frodo. Okay. He has to play a forest card as his last card. And he has to win the fewest tricks. And he has to win 2 cards that are 2s. So we have the 2 of Shadow out there, but we don't have any shadows. He's got the 8, the hills or the forest. No, the 8 of hills is there. He's going to have to play the hills. So, play the 5. He has to play the 8. He's got to play the 3. And he has to play the 7. Nothing I can do about that. So, it goes to you. Boom. Everyone gets a card. 6, 1, 4, 5. Well, at least he's got 2 forest cards now to help protect himself. Still trying to get the 2s to this guy. He's got the highest forest, but the 2 of forest isn't out there. Dang, he can either play a ring, a shadow, or a forest. That's not great. He's going to have to... If he plays the shadow card, Pippin's going to play the 2. It's not great. It's not great, to be honest. Can't play rings yet because they haven't been broken. And I don't want to lead my forests because I need my forests. Alright, we got to play the shadow. Which means Pippin playing the 2 is shadow. Oh, this is the problem. We need that too. Farmer Maggot's going to play the 2 of rings. No, he's not. Because Bilbo's not going, or Frodo's not going to win this trick. Frodo's going to play the 1 of shadows. So he's going to throw off and play the 3 of forest. And Frodo will play the 1. So it's going to be the 7 of shadows. Come on, where are all the damn 2s? There's a forest, a 2. There we go. That'll help. Okay, so I'm going to play the 4. You play the 2. I will play the 8. Frodo, just don't steal it from me. I'm going to play the Forest Shadows. So Farmer Maggot now has his first 2. He's got the 7. He's going to play the 7 of Mountains. Frodo is going to play the 6 of Shadows. Gildor is going to play the 5 of Mountains. Pippin is going to play the 5 of Rings. Just get rid of it. And so, okay. 4, 2, 5. Wait a minute. How many 2s you got? So I got 1, 2 so far. Ugh. Okay, I can do this. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Yes, I can. 6. Boom. You play the 4. You play off. It doesn't matter what you play. You play the 5 of Shadows. And then you play the 2. Farmer Maggot wins another 2. Now he's completed his adventure. Frodo still needs the rings. There's no more cards, so this is it. We got 3 tricks left. Who just won that? Who just won that? Farmer Maggot won it. So he's going to come back and play the 6. No, he's going to play the 2 of Hills. Frodo is going to play the 4 of Hills. Gildor is going to play the 1 of Hills. Oh no. Oh yeah, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Yeah, it does not matter what card you play. 5 of boom. Frodo wins it. Frodo is going to play the 1 ring. You're going to play the 4. You play the 1. You play the 2. And Frodo gets to claim the 1 ring power and win the trick, which wins plenty of cards there. And then he'll play the 3. You will play your forest card, which means you're successful. And Frodo will win that trick, and Pippin will not win anything. So we, did it once again, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Hopefully, I know I'm going through that very quickly, but it was a foregone conclusion at that point that we were going to win that. So hopefully you saw what we were doing. That's neat. I love how you have all these different characters. We're only in chapter 3. We've already seen Bilbo and Gandalf and Sam and Merry. We have chapter 4. Here, Fatty Bulger hated. Goodbye, Frodo, he said. I wish you were not going into the forest. I only hope you will not need rescuing before the day is out. But good luck to you today and every day. Of course, we have Fatty Bulger. Then we have chapter 5. Old Man Willow with a bit of text on this card and some special. Oh, there's now a 9 forest, or maybe it's a special trump card. I'm not sure. You got Tom Bombadil coming up, chapter 6. So yeah, things are going to start ramping up there, as you can see. But we're going to go ahead and call this an episode for tonight, as I just wanted to kind of highlight the game, showing off the possibilities of what you're doing with it with chapter 1, 2, and 3. So, what did you guys think of that? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see if my sleeve cards will fit in here now is the question. A little bit. That's good. Put those in like that. There we go. That's not too bad. You put that on like that. There you go. So that was 3 chapters in the Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship. This is obviously the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. There's also the second one. What's it called? Lord of the Rings trick. The Two Towers. I couldn't think of the name for some reason, but there's also the Two Towers trick-taking game. And I think the Return of the King will also be coming down the line as well, assuming, that they keep selling out. It's a pretty reasonably priced game, and you get, like I said, 18 different chapters to go through. Plays great solo, plays fine. I don't have a problem with the solo mode at all. I think it's kind of interesting how you have the different characters and you're trying to manage everything. We played 4 times. We won 3 of the 4. I think, it is kind of easy. Again, I say that. I don't know if it gets more difficult as the game progresses, but as some of the cards and stuff we were looking at does look like it gets a little bit more involved. And I have heard through the grapevine that it does progressively get more and more difficult as you go through your scenarios. So, anyways, that is the Lord of the Rings, the trick-taking game. If you're interested, check it out. I thought I would bring it to the channel. We're going to be trying to do 3 new games this weekend. We got a slate of new ones. This is first game on our to-do list was this one. We also have It's a Wonderful World. And we also have another game that shall become nameless because I'm not sure which one we're going to be doing yet. It might be Luthier if you are if you're into checking out that game. It might be that one. I've been reading through the rules on that one and have a pretty good idea of what we're doing with that one. And it looks like a really good mid-weight Euro game with tons of variety and tons of replayability, and it's all about making musical instruments, called Luthier, Luthieur or IER, I forget, but it came highly recommended from 2025, and I did pick that one up. So that's might be one of the ones we're playing this weekend. So thanks for Barbara coming out. Cards and Dice with Dawn and Thomas Harkless and Richard Kerr and everyone else. If you came out tonight, we do appreciate it. Thanks so much. We'll see you guys soon. Actually, we've got another game we're going to be coming back tonight to play, and we'll see you guys then. Until then, you take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.